Hello and thanks for visiting the web channel of Carlisle Events and the Carlisle GM Nationals. I'm Mike Garland, Media Specialist with Carlisle Events, and I'm at Memory Lane Auto Museum in Mooresville, North Carolina, and I'm about to speak with NASCAR Hall of Famer and Carlisle GM Nationals special guest this summer, Bobby Allison. This multi-part series will span weeks leading up to our event in June. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the wisdom of a true racing legend. Talk about the victory. Statistics show that you won 84 races, but there were maybe two others that you could have had some credit for. What happened there?
Okay, the one of them is one that I did not win. I should have. They gave the win to somebody that was actually a lap behind at the time, and he was a favorite, and so they wouldn't do anything about checking the scorecards or anything, and so I didn't get that win. But the other one, I won a race at Bowman Gray Stadium up here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and Melvin Joseph's Mustang was a Grand American car, and in 1971, NASCAR was having trouble getting full fields of cars on the short tracks, on some of the short tracks, and so they allowed the Grand American cars to run, thinking they would fill in the back of the field. And Melvin Joseph had a Mustang that Ralph Moody had built for him that was really a neat little car, and so I took it to Bowman Gray Stadium and won the race. And so for a year or two, it seemed like I got credit for the win, and then all of a sudden I didn't get credit anymore, and nobody ever got credit for that win. Richard Petty finished second, but he still just gets second at Bowman Gray Stadium, and I won the race. So I'm still campaigning to get that win put on my record.
Well, despite your total number of wins, whether it's 84 or 86, you do have a Winston Cup championship to your name. That was in 1983. Talk about that season, what made it so good.
Well, you know, I had run really good for several years. I'd been second in the points several times, ended up second in the points 5 times during my career. But 83 finally got, I went teamed up with Robert Yates and Gary Nelson, and got all the pieces together, and was able to win several races that year and the championship, and it was a great accomplishment for me.
Would you rather have more career wins or more career championships?
I definitely would like to have more championships. The championship was really the reflection of the whole season, where the wins were wins, and no matter where they were great, but the championships were really big achievements.
One championship, 84 wins, over 700 races, and some of those races certainly have to stand out more than others, like your 1-2 finish with your son Davey at Daytona. Talk about that as well as some of the other races that may stand out to you over the course of your career.
Well, you know, several races really stand out, and I have to categorize this because the 1-2 finish with my son Davey at Daytona is lost in the dust back there somewhere. You know, I had memory loss from the crash later on that year at Pocono, and I do not remember 1988 NASCAR racing. I remember a couple of short track events, but no NASCAR racing, and I keep hoping that memory will come back to me, because I understand it was a pretty neat deal.
You've seen video of it, certainly, though. What do you digest when you see the video?
Well, I've watched. I have my own tapes, a couple of them of that race, and I've watched them, and I really enjoy it. But it looks like a movie that you know that had to be somebody else sitting in the car, and I get no feeling back. But I keep hoping that one of these days I will get that memory back.
This portion of our multi-part interview series with NASCAR Hall of Famer Bobby Allison has concluded. Come back next week for more from Bobby, and don't forget to visit CarlisleEvents.com to register for the Carlisle GM Nationals or get information on any of our other events at Carlisle and beyond.